Hey, what's up, Panther fans? Getting to you here for a little review vid of last night's Giants-Panthers preseason game 1. Great to be back to football. You know, this is our first kind of real game that we've had this season. Even though it's still preseason, great to see our team playing again. I'm sure everyone feels the same way. Didn't get out a preview vid for this game. I've been pretty busy the last few days. It's been kind of hectic around here. But definitely wanted to get out a review for you guys and give you my thoughts on what I saw, and you know, let y'all kind of give me your thoughts as well in the comments section. I will say that even though this is just preseason, and I can't stress that enough, I saw some things from this team last night. Number one was heart. You know, if you were watching the game, this team showed a lot of heart and passion, energy out there on the field that we didn't see at all last year. It's night and day, the difference between this year and last year already. And I got to give credit to the coaching staff for that. You know, Ron Rivera, offensive coordinator, Rod Jasinski, he's been great, and also Sean McDermott, defensive coordinator. The defense was just incredible last night. Really stuffing the run, not allowing any big plays. They only scored 3 points on offense. The other 7 was because of Jimmy Clausen's interception, pick 6 for a touchdown. So I couldn't be happier with the performance of the defense, and also the special teams. Special teams was just phenomenal last night in every aspect of the game. They blocked a kick. Armani Edwards had a couple of awesome punt returns. Their kick coverage and punt coverage was fantastic. Even Mike Goodson did a good job as well. Even though he's getting the kick like 7 yards deep in the end zone, he would bring it out and still come out to the 25 or so yard line. You can't argue with those results. Very, very good performance overall. Now, got to move on and talk about the questions that everybody's asking right now. That's the quarterback competition between Jimmy Clausen and Cam Newton. And right now, I'm just going to call last night's matchup a draw, which that's what a lot of people have been doing. Jimmy came out at first and struggled throwing that pick 6, although it probably was a miscommunication between he and D'Angelo. Who knows exactly whose fault that was. It's hard for anyone to know. But regardless, it was a pick 6 that put up the only touchdown of the night. That can't happen, no matter whose fault it is. But since we're just talking about quarterbacks, I'll just talk about Clausen. After he came back from that, the next few drives, he showed some good throws. Threw the touchdown to Greg Olsen in the end zone. Even though that pass is a little bit behind him, it was a tough throw, kind of threading double coverage there. But overall, a decent performance from Jimmy Clausen. Without having guys like Steve Smith and a couple of O-linemen out for the game, he did a good job. And it was against most of the Giants' first unit because they weren't missing very many people. And that goes, again, for both our offense and defense. Our defense was very depleted for the game yesterday, but still the backups played extremely well. But anyway, I digress. Back to the quarterbacks. Cam Newton's performance, his stats may not be quite as good as Jimmy's, but I think most people could agree that his sheer pocket presence was pretty fantastic last night. The way he stands in the pocket, delivers such a powerful throw. He looks like a seasoned veteran out there, honestly. And there's really not much more I can say than that. I think he's still pretty raw as a rookie, and that was his first game under the lights. Nothing but praise right off the bat. You got to give him his due. A lot of doubters out there about how he might come out and look, but I think he did about as well as you would expect under the circumstances for that first game. Now, if he gets a chance to start next week against Miami on Friday night, then we'll see a little bit more when he has all of the first stringers in there with him. Maybe he'll be a little bit different. So we'll see where we go from there. I still am a little bit critical of Cam's throwing, the way he tends to throw off the back foot. That worries me for the future for a lot of different situations, because you can't have as much accuracy if you throw off your back foot as if you step through your throws and throw off your plant foot. That you have a lot more accuracy if you do it that way. But even throwing off his back foot, he was still fairly accurate last night. It had some just the monster bullet throws that he's able to make is just pretty unbelievable. I don't remember a quarterback like that being around in Carolina. But he has that star power, and you could hear from the crowd chants last night before he came in the game. He's already been accepted in Charlotte, and still on that note, I feel bad for Jimmy Clausen. I'm a strong proponent in never booing your own team. I don't do it, and I would not suggest anyone do it. So I strongly suggest for everyone to give Jimmy a fair shot at this. He's already kind of behind the 8 ball because everybody wants Kim to start. So don't put him even further behind by booing him if he throws a pick or whatever, throws an incompletion. He got booed way too much last night, and that's just uncalled for. But third string quarterback Derek Anderson came in and had the best stat line on the night. But again, that was against the third string defense for the Giants, so can't put a lot of stock into that. But I liked the pickup when we did pick up Derek Anderson because he already knew this offense, and I think that showed last night. He had pretty good command over the offense, and I think he's going to be a solid backup quarterback for us to have. Just hopefully he doesn't have to end up being the starting QB, but I don't see that happening unless there's injuries. So, but moving on from the quarterbacks, it's a great topic, but I only have so much time here. Armani Edwards was given Player of the Game on the Panthers broadcast. Now, I think everyone last night finally got a taste of what I saw for 4 years from him at Appalachian State. He's an electrifying player, very quick, shifty type player. I think everybody got a little taste of that in his punt returns last night. And he also had the 36-yard reception from a Cam Newton throw in the first half. And he had another that he had dropped, which, that's going to happen, but really, you have to give Armani an A for last night's game. He came out, and I think he shut up some of the doubters. I'm sure there's still going to be some out there, like always, but I think he played about as good as you could expect, and I hope his reps increase in the offense for next week. We'll see how that goes, but I was kind of puzzled to see David Clowney out there ahead of Armani in the offense. I thought it should have been the other way around, but maybe they'll toy with that in practice this week, and we'll see how it goes. On the early Cam Newton pass to Armani, that one in the end zone, if Cam had led him just a little bit less, I think Armani would have had that hands down. He was open by a couple steps on that throw. So, I think his route running is greatly improved, and that's obvious. The work with Musim Muhammad this offseason has paid off big time. And I think going forward, he's going to be a great asset for this team. So, let's see what else to talk about. The defensive MVPs, those cornerbacks, wow, those young second-year cornerbacks like Robert McClain, R.J. Stanford, and then even undrafted rookie Kendrick Burney, all three of those guys should be commended for a really good performance last night. We're short on corners right now, and after this game, I don't feel quite as uncomfortable as I did before about our cornerback situation. I think we still got to go out and get us a veteran corner. That's a must. Because if Gamble is injured or gets injured for a long term, then we don't have enough to put back there to be strong. We just need to get a veteran in there, but I feel good about these guys being backups now. They've obviously put in work this offseason and during training camp, and I like what they've done. Also, Jordan Pugh had a pretty good game, had one sack, was in there. I love the blitzing scheme that they're using now. Got a lot of pressure on the quarterback, even though we only end up with 2 sacks on the game. That's just a preview of what's to come. Once we get all of our guys back on defense, like John Beeson, Thomas Davis, Chris Gamble, all those guys, and Charles Johnson especially, our pressure is going to be ramped up even more. So I was very excited last night to see that. And another commendation to Fua, our rookie defensive tackle. A few times he just burst right through that line and got some really strong pressure on Eli Manning. And I thought McClain did pretty well too, and so did Corby Irving, our third-year defensive tackle from UGA. He struggled his first couple of years. He even was cut one time by the team and brought back. So hopefully he's in here now, ready to prove that he was worth that pick, and he's probably going to be in line to start. So yeah, really, I can't draw too many more negatives from this game. Of course, one big thing was the turnover situation. We were -2 in turnovers. You can't have that. You're not going to have be -2 in the turnover ratio and win that many games. So that's hopefully we need to force some more turnovers on defense, and need to work on throwing those interceptions like we did last night. And Mike Goodson has got to work on holding on to the ball. He's got to get rid of that fumbling problem. He can be such a dynamic player, but if you're going to give the ball away like that so frequently, then we can't have that. That's just not going to happen. So, anyway, it was a great win, 20-10. Even though wins don't count in preseason, we didn't have many of them last year, so I'm going to cherish this one till the cows come home. But we had 2 touchdowns in that game, and if you remember, last preseason had no touchdowns, no offensive touchdowns all preseason long. So we're in good shape right now. I think that was a great move going forward for this game. Let's see what we do Friday against Miami. Hopefully we continue to work on things in camp this week, continue to improve, and really like the direction we're headed. If you could, please subscribe if you haven't already. I love how the subscription rate is kind of increasing pretty well right now. You guys are awesome. Just keep it up, and be sure to like the video and add some comments to what your favorite parts of the game last night were. Who was your game MVPs on offense, defense, special teams? And what do you think about the quarterback battle? That's the big question in everybody's mind. So just give me a shout in the comments. I'll be sure to try to get back to you. But in the meantime, I got to get out of here right now, and we'll see you possibly before Friday. I'll try to make a preview for the Miami game once I see some practice this week. So we'll talk to you then. Go Panthers.